Okay, everybody, thank you so much for joining DTS is Dedicated to Success team training call on Monday night. So what I put this is like week 3, so I put this together to start training some of our team members to get slowly integrated into network marketing. What does it mean? How to get started? Basically sharing the products and their experience and, possibly getting products paid for. So before we get started, I want to welcome Roseanne. Roseanne is another leader. She doesn't live too far from me, actually. Well, Brockville, it's an hour down the road. Yeah. And, and we're kind of on the same team. And but we've been doing some text blasts together, and she has some team members who are keen on building their business. So Julie's on here, and I saw Beatrice was here. So this is Roseanne. We're going to be kind of sharing this training on Monday nights. And next week, she's going to be leading it. And then the week after, I'm going to be back from NYKO and giving you all the goods on what happened there. So be ready to run with like all sorts of like new products, new business material. Like it's just going to be out of this world. I can feel it now. So in 2 weeks, like every Monday night is important to get here, but that won't be uber important because it'll set us up for the whole year. So Roseanne, I want to really welcome you as another leader onto this team, and hopefully it'll continue growing, because our training is kind of what I try to do is like bring stuff that we're doing currently and do a quick training and then get right into a text blast. So quick connecting. So anyways, we'll discuss that later. But tonight, what we're talking about is, I'm just going to minimize this. You can't minimize. Okay, fine. Okay, so so what we're going to talk about is connecting, and I did put in a video from Aaron Postal, and I know Julie, you wouldn't have. Well, maybe you did. Did you see it? Okay, cool. Did everybody else get to watch it? She's talking about creating your soft market. So connecting with people through groups on Facebook. Anyways, if you didn't, I highly recommend that you go back and listen to it again and take notes, because for me, I had a couple aha moments in there where I was like, oh, okay, no, maybe that's what I'm not doing right. So it's really great to hear videos like this, recordings from top leaders, millionaires in our company who are on telling us what they've been doing. So that's what I find super, super good. All right, so connecting, building our networks. So one thing is I want everybody, and I'm sure you probably have Facebook on behind me, is to check how many friends you have. Everybody check on Facebook. How many friends do you have? I want to hear some numbers. So if you go to your home page, you should see a number beside your friends.
739.
739. Brian.
318.
318. Larry, how many do you have?
219.
219. Okay, Julie.
863.
Okay, Roseanne.
654.
How much?
6:54.
Okay, everybody. We need to build your networks because this is all about network marketing. And if we're going to use Facebook, you have to have friends to see what you're posting. Now, I know that some people want to keep it, might have reasons to keep your page private, and I understand that. So whether it might be maybe changing the name of your Facebook page, like Brian's. Now I can never find him because he's changed it. I'm like, what did he change it to? Hey, Brian? I'm like, you changed it. So, but you can change it so people can't find you. But if you're going to be in this business, it's important to build the network of friends and strangers, fortunately, because these strangers can become your friends. Like Brian was my stranger, and Drew was a stranger, and now we're all friends because we come together on a common ground. And so this is where today it's really important that we start looking at building your networks. And that means, like, if you're under 500, I'm going to challenge you to bring it up to 500. And if you're under 1,000, I'm going to challenge you to bring it up to 1,000. Okay, so how are we going to do that? Okay, you cannot randomly friend people. However, if you do see on your timeline, you know, like add a friend, you have, 10 mutual friends. And because we're all in Isogenics, you're going to see a lot of Isogenics friends popping up on your timeline or like requesting your friendship. I suggest friending these people because it's good to have their stuff on your timeline and you watching some of their stuff. Okay, so friend Isogenics friends, but do not fill network with Isogenics friends. Okay, because we don't need Isogenics friends seeing your stuff when you're trying to recruit or find people who are looking for your stuff. Okay, it's good to have them because, they will, like and comment on some of your posts and stuff like that. So what you're going to do is say list 3 hobbies. It doesn't matter what it is. Okay, so that you like to do. And it can be like anything. So a lot of us on this page, like some of our friends here, we are cyclists. So find cycling pages and join them. Join the ones where you can actually post material. Okay. And do you knit? Do you like gardening? Are you an artist? Do you crochet? Do you like CrossFit? Like stuff, anything, like cooking pages. If you like cooking, Drew, maybe dancing, or not dancing, but what's your wife do? Zumba. Okay, maybe you shouldn't get on Zumba, but she should get on Zumba pages. And I like fishing, like anything. So make a list of 3 to 5 hobbies that you like and go look for pages that are related to those, because you want to have common ground with people you're going to connect with, right? You don't go on a page that you have no understanding about, and try and make friends there, because it's just not going to work. So 3 to 5 hobbies. So this is like homework for this week. Okay, I don't expect you to get like 500 to 1,000, but if you work at it, you probably could get close to it, and you want to get there and above. Okay, it took me about 800. Well, like 8 months to get over 2,000 friends. But I worked at it like every day. I friended like 30 people. And the reason why, and most of them, you guys, was off that VIP site and some other sites. So it was a big cycling page I was on. And there was like 6,000 people. So if you find pages that have lots of people, that's a bonus, because, you know, there's, you know, like maybe like a quarter of them are going to actually be active on the page. But what I did was and then you're going to get yourself a binder like this or whatever, something you can record. When you go to these pages, you're going to start posting on them. So this is where you start getting into a routine of okay, so you make a list of those pages that you joined, and then you go there, you try and go there like maybe once every couple days, and you post content on there. Okay, once you post content on there, then you go back. So you post content on these 5 pages, then maybe the day after you go back and you see how many people liked and commented on your post. So at the top of every page, you can do a search, because your post is going to disappear. If it's an active page, it's going to be like, I don't know, 20 posts down. So you search your name and it'll come, all the posts that you put on there will show up. Everybody taking notes? I know I'm recording this. So then you go to your post and you click on everybody. You click on everybody who liked your post. Okay, and a list of people it'll open up, and a list of people will show up. And you start friending. You friend, and you record everybody's name that you friended. Okay, this is so important. So what I did is I would take a fresh sheet, and there's 30 lines on here. I would friend 30 people at a time, because if you friend too many people, Facebook will kick you off. So you have to do it systematically. You can't just bang, like friend 100 people. So you add some people who've, yeah.
So if you friend too many people, Facebook blocks you from being on Facebook?
They will like put you in Facebook jail for a little bit. They will.
Wow.
So you have to be, you can't be like, it's the same with sending out too many messages. They will like block you for a while. So you have to be careful. Okay. So you can add people who requested to friend you and record their names. You go to those posts, you find your post, and you friend everybody who's engaged in you. So they kind of know who you are. They've liked your post, or they commented, and you write their names down. Okay, so that's the next step. So you put your book away. Then maybe like a couple days later, you'll go back to your book. You'll go back to your friends list on your homepage. You'll go onto your friends here, and I'll just sort of share this with you for a second. So what I do is I'll go to my friends, and I will start searching for all these people to see if they actually friended me, because you can't keep track of all the people who accepted your request. So you go and you start looking for these people, and when you find one, you send them a personal message. So now you start engaging in some sort of conversation. So this is an example of like a message that I sent. And this is one of the first things that Steve taught me, because I was like, how do I make all these friends? This is what he said. This is how you do it. So let's just say Dale, for instance. This has been a long conversation. As you see, they can get very long and lengthy. So here, nice to be connected with you on Facebook. Hope you have a great week. I'm a cycling coach and nutrition consultant, not looking for new people, just letting you know my background. What are your goals for this cycling season, Sylvie? And that's it. So he started responding, then we started dialogue, and, you know, weeks later, so some of these dialogues don't continue on to like anything. Sometimes they just die and you just like, okay, I'll just archive him. But some people, depending on what kind of questions you ask, you know, they might fall into some categories like, oh, they talked about weight loss straight up. Okay, so they're going to be flagged and they're going over here, or they're talking about cycling, or, you know, whatever. Or maybe I might just, you know, if you notice at the top of everybody's name, it says where they work or where they live. I mean, you can start a conversation about that too. You know, what's that job description about? You know, like, or maybe they're a nurse. How do you, you know, like, I don't know. So, but the thing is, you need to sort of make a little paragraph that you're going to send to them. So depending on what kind of page you're in, you're going to kind of, you know, tailor it, not to be too fancy or long, just to start up a conversation. Cycling was an easy one because I'm a cycling coach. But, you know, in other pages, like I'm in, you know, a mom's page and a canning page, so I can like ask about kids and how they're feeling, their energy levels, and, you know, have friends that I help, and I don't know, you just make it something very simple, non-intimidating, and you engage them in a conversation, and that's how it starts. And so I've like literally have tons of people to connect back with, because believe it or not, like I did this a year ago, right? And some of these conversations ended and some of them continued. So I'm actually spent a lot of time this fall reconnecting with people that I connected with a year ago. So it's like, hey, oh my God, how have you been? Blah, 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 blah. What's been up, you know? And they're like, oh yeah, I've been watching your posts. And all the time you have to be consistently posting stuff on your page. So once you start engaging, oh yeah, Roseanne?
I just wanted to just to add on that, because I joined, I think it was called hiking with dogs or something.
Oh, that's a good one.
Message is received from Matt, Lola's dad.
Sorry.
We go to New Hampshire and we take our dogs. So I found this group, and a lady commented on one of my workout pictures, and she signed up. She's in California. Totally unrelated, but we probably talked for probably 3 months about Christmas and Christmas decorating and shopping. Mm-hmm. And we just kind of, you know, connected and built a friendship. And yeah, she's been adding people, and we have a great friendship going. So yeah, it can sometimes just be, like you said, canning or arts and crafts, or just whatever. It doesn't have to be isogenics related or weight loss or, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Totally. So yeah, so that's a great point, because, you know, the whole thing about, I found, like it's with anything, right? It's with business, it's with working out, it's with, you know, healthy lifestyle, training, cycling, it's consistency, and you have to consistently be doing something to get better. You know, you can't expect to climb hills, never train them, but to get better on them. So, and with business, whether it's this business or a traditional business or, you know, going to school, you have to keep doing stuff. So being consistently posting like positive stuff, you know, but not being fake, because, you know, like we all go through stuff, right? So it's good to be vulnerable, open up, but, you know, be happy and not spew isogenics all over the place, but create curiosity, and just having people, you know, come to you. And when you reach out to them, it's funny because when you reach out to them, they're like, oh my God, I've been watching your posts. They're so cool and nice. And, you know, tell me more about that. So it's almost like, I hate to say it, but some people are just like, could be waiting for you to like reach out and say, hey, what's up? Because nobody's going to, you know, some people will, yeah, like, I'm interested, sign me up. But a lot of people, other people will be like, I don't know, you know, or, you know, you contact me in 6 months. Okay, contact you in 6 months. So along with that, it's good to build a good follow-up system. Okay. Don't, you know, what they say is these names never leave your list until you enroll them. So you imagine, you know, if you have that mentality, it's like, okay, it's only a matter of time before these people come around and need something that I'm offering, whether it's energy or sports performance or healthy aging or wealth, you know, money. Everybody needs money. And that's what people say, you know, they never fall off your list, and, you know, until you sign them up. And I just signed somebody up today that somebody that I know contacted her a year ago. So there was no follow-up there. And guess who she signed up with? Me. Because I've been on her and, you know, said, hey, you know, and she contacted me about what I'm about, crush your goals thing that we're doing now. So, you know, Isogenics has a lot of promos that you can really personally run with. You don't necessarily need a group. You just need a small plan for yourself, and, you know, putting together something that you're going to be able to offer, you know, whether you work with your leader and create a group, or, you know, but just make sure that if you decide to do something, you have a plan. You don't just throw it out there and go, oh, what do I do? You know, and somebody shows they're interested. So if you want to do something, you know, like there's us here that are in, like, we are here because we want to build our businesses, and we're not on islands by ourselves. We're working together. So that's why we're all training together, and we're all on the same team. And, you know, so it's collaboration, but it's like putting your hand up and saying, hey, what do you think about this? Let's, you know, put a plan together and run with it. So, so yeah, Roseanne, do you have anything to add to that?
No, I mean, I've been doing this for about a year now, and I can kind of tell you what hasn't worked. Yeah.
I got a couple of those too.
Exactly. Not being organized is a huge one.
Mm-hmm.
I just made my office. That's new. But I have all my stuff in one spot. I do all my calls from my desk now. Whereas before I was like all over the house and I had notes here and there, and now I have, you know, a binder that I actually follow, and I have these recipe cards. I don't know if you guys have heard about that system, but that's Steve's little, I don't know what you want to call it, little nugget. It works like a charm. It's just about being organized and just be consistent. And if you can touch your business every single day, I mean, it's easy to fall out of. It's just like working out. It's easy to not go to the gym 1 day, 2 days, leads into a week, leads into a month. If you can stay consistent, I mean, my business it's going so much better, even though it's not growing as quickly as I'd like it to yet. It's a heck of a lot better than it was a year ago. I can tell you that much.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel better about it. And I feel better about my productivity. I can go to bed at night knowing that I did what I could during the day. And that's huge for me. So.
Yeah. So yeah, it's about blocking out, you know, because depending on what you're doing, like a lot of you might have, you know, full-time jobs. So it's like 9 to 5. So, you know, that is taken up for work, but you have lunches and you have breaks. And a lot of people fit in little bouts of like returning messages or reaching out to people in those time frames. And those are really productive. And it's to do those like every day. Lenny Evans, who is a millionaire in our company, he worked an 80-hour job. But if his story is that he connected with 2 people a day and told his story about these products and how they're changing his life and how he's feeling. And he, you know, like out of 2 people a day for 365 days, he got, I think it's like a deck of cards. So he got 54 people who enrolled. And out of those 54 people, there was 4 people who went and built the business together with him. So check those numbers, right? It is a numbers game. And the more you connect, it's all about filling the pipe. You know, the analogy of the water hose, like when you turn it on, it doesn't flow for a little bit until the water starts pouring out. And then, so that's just like where everybody's starting right now. They're connecting, and you need to connect and connect with more and more and more people to fill that hose. So at one point in time, that hose is going to be like flowing with people who you need to connect with and follow up. So I would say, like, never get frustrated. Always sit back, connect with your leader, put together plans, ask questions, get an agenda, get back to paper if you use your phone, and get organized. Okay? Get a highlighter and start highlighting your agenda as per, you know, where you work, what times you work, what times you work out, what times you're going to connect. If you have family, do you have family time? And then once it's in your agenda, then you follow it. So you don't fall off the rails. So if you have work time, like say Tuesday nights and Thursday nights are going to be like 2-hour blocks you're going to dedicate to your business, then do it. You know, make sure you get to the gym. Take care of yourself. That's so important. Okay. So having that paper agenda is huge, because this is where you're going to write a lot of notes too, and a lot of names as well. So I can't say how important that is. And having this, you know, whatever you're going to write in. And also, well, it's 9 o'clock. So I do want to do a text blast because it's the first one of the new year. And has everybody done a text blast? Julie, have you done one? Beatrice, have you done one? Or is that Greg? Greg, is that you? Oh no, I think it might be Greg. Okay, so
yes, it is. I couldn't get my phone unlocked.
Oh, hey Greg, I'm glad you made it. All right, so Larry, have you done you haven't done a text blast?
No.
Okay.
No.
So everybody, this is what we're going to do. What a text blast is basically focused connecting. Oh, I guess Drew's going to come back. So focused connecting for half an hour. And what that is like when you get on to, let me just share my screen again. When you get onto your Facebook, move you over here. See all these people here that are with green beside them? These are all your friends who are online right now. So this is where you can go and connect with somebody immediately and say, hey, Happy New Year. How are you doing? Do you have any goals for this year? Say hey, say hello, you know, if you haven't seen or connected with anybody, and just start up a conversation. So what we do is, so we've got half an hour of that, and everybody kind of gives a number, like I'm going to connect with 10 people, and I'm going to get, you know, 2 appointments, which means somebody's going to want extra information, or you've made an appointment to send them stuff or go for coffee or whatever. And then we come back at 9:30, so we got 25 minutes, and we report what we got. So if you connected with 15 and got 3 appointments, or you connected with 8 and got 1, or if you connected with 5 and got 0, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, just as long as you did it. So, does anybody have any questions? Julie, don't fall asleep. I saw that. It's okay. I understand it's getting late. But this is really, really important because it could set you up for the week. So if you connect with 10 people and they don't get back to you now, like say you have a list of people to follow up and they don't get back to you now, but it's out there and they're going to get back to you sometime this week. So all it is focus connecting. Brian, do you have a question? Are you ready? Okay. Greg, are you ready?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. Awesome. Larry, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Is everybody's cool? No questions? Pretty straightforward? All right. Give me numbers. Roseanne, what are you doing?
I'm going to go for my usual 8 and 2.
8 and 2?
Yeah.
Okay. 8 and 2. Brian, what are you going to do?
6 and 2.
Ooh, 6 and 2. Awesome. Okay. Julie.
I'm going to try 8 and 2.
8 and 2. All right. And Larry?
I'll try 6 and 2.
6 and 2. Good. You got to make sure you got to tell everybody what you're doing. And Greg?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to try not to be an overachiever. I'll try 5 and 2.
Awesome. 5 and 2. So everybody, you can either stay on and jump off or jump back on. I'm going to stop recording